Well, let's jump right into Chapter 8, shall we? It's a good thing. The Bobcat. Pictures are being taken. Goddess. What is that thing? It's huge. Ridiculously huge. That's what she said. That thing must be more than 5,000 arc across. It's like a giant floating island. No, look closely. The base is artificial. It's more a floating city than an island. City? Well, we can't just sit here. I mean, we can, but, you know. Alright, guys, listen up. We are getting onto that flying city island. What? I don't think it's gonna be that simple, sir. Seriously? Of course I'm serious. I've never been more serious. If those society fools have brought that thing back, then think. It must be full of incredible treasure, enough to pay our debts 10 times over. You've got to be kidding. We can't just go waltzing into something that huge. Josette, back me up here. Honestly, at this point, I bet there are things on that city I want too. Like, beyond treasure. Oh, Adio, save me. Kyle does have a point, though. Things have been weird all day, so we should probably be careful. Better be careful. I mean, for starters, the radio's been silent for ages. I guess that means there's no 5:30 club signal. That is true. Guild and army transmissions are one thing, but even the civilian channels are dead. Which is... Uh-oh. Huh? What? A wave of light? Yeah! What happened? Report! Boss, big problem, says Lonnie. Lonnie Thompson. The generators and flight engines have cut out. All of them. What? Wait a minute. That means... we're really in trouble now. Yes, you are. The flight field from the engines is dissipating. The Bobcat's not answering her helm at all, either. You're kidding! You know what that means. You mean we can't do anything? Can't even crumple up a Dixie cup at this point. There's only one thing we can do at this point. What? Pray to Adio said it's not our time to be called to heaven. Uh-oh. And they're going down. Oh, crap! Ah! Defeated. Chapter 8, Land of Chaos. So this is pretty much the wrap-up chapter where you can... your last opportunity to go around and do anything you need to do, like finish quests and... you know... catch all the fish and such. Now there's no orbital power anywhere. So that's also a thing. You won't be able to use arts throughout this chapter. That's always a fun thing. So that's what the light show at the towers was about. But you kids pulled off a genuine miracle this time. Let me give you your reward first. Adios knows you've earned it. The payment for Tetrasilic Towers. 10,000 Mira, 9 BP. Rank advancement to Senior Bracer B rank. The Gladiator Belt accessory as a perk. There you go. Still, what madness we've fallen into. I never thought being deprived of orbments would throw us into this much chaos. No kidding. Sort of makes you realize just how dependent we've become on orbal power. Indeed. It's true. Communication, transportation, defense, production. Kind of a commentary on real life. Every single major function of society is effectively paralyzed at this point. For most people, I think the real worry will be the lights in the kitchen. Nah. From the sound of it, the city was really in a tizzy last night. That's being kind about it. People were mobbing the guild house, the Orbal workshop, the mayor's mansion, all demanding answers. It was awful. People are rioting in the streets! Everyone wanted to know what had happened, and I had no answers to give. Frenzied fools practically kept me up all night. Ugh! I see. Sorry, Lugrin. The floating city on top of all this. This crap's getting dire. Feels like we're one step away from a friggin' panic. Well, the people of Liberl love peace, so I do not personally expect a riot. Immediately. Should the situation continue for too long, however, people may begin to lose hope. Yes, we must do something about this, and quickly. So then, everyone, what's this plan you said Russell has to bring back the dead, turn water to ambrosia, and save us all? Bring back the dead? Well, Professor Russell's come up with a new invention. That isn't too far off. I hear he's also come up with a new recipe. This, everyone, is my latest invention, the Zero Field Generator. Uh-oh. Zero Field... what now? Put simply, you are aware of the special warp field the Gospels produce, yes? This is a circuit which produces a field to nullify that warp via a resonance wave. That does not qualify as simple under any definition. If I understand correctly then, Professor, this can actually reverse the orbital shutdown phenomenon. Whoa, what? Is that true, Professor? Prevent it, more specifically, but just so. Ultimately, the shutdown phenomenon is just orbital energy being absorbed by the Gospels. Where the energy went was a mystery, but having come this far, I think we finally have an answer. Cool. Answers are nice. You know what I'm talking about, dude? To the floating city. To the Orioli. It is the only answer which makes sense. Do-do-do. Do-do-do. The Oriole uses the little holes between dimensions generated by devices which we call gospels to cause the phenomenon. Gospels are, all things considered, small holes, so the area affected was thankfully minor. Minor style. Fort Minor, even. With the Oriole made manifest once again, however, that area has grown immensely. Enough to engulf the entirety of Liberl, and even beyond our borders, I'd imagine. All of Liberl? So that's what's causing all this. Yes, I find it likely that every orbman in the country, without exception, has stopped working. However, this zero-field generator can stop the interference of the Oriole. Oh. Which is to say, put it next to an orbment, and that orbment will work just fine. Wow. That's a neat little trick. Professor, that's amazing! So we fire that thing up and everything's cool then. Briefly, though. Not quite, I'm afraid. The area this prototype can protect is limited. It can shield at most an orbment you could carry in 2 hands. That small? Aww. Well, hell, that kind of limits what we can do, doesn't it? The other problem is, I only have so many of them. Even as a favor for Cassius, I could only put 16 of them together. 16? That's actually a lot, if anything. Wait, Dad asked you for these? Yes, he requested that I work on these a while back, actually. Excuse me. I scarcely even imagined a crisis on this scale at the time, but it seems he did. I see. Just as I'd expect from Cassius. Always seeing further than any other man. He knows what's up. That being the case, though. Pretty clear how we should use these things, I think. Ah, you're a sharp one, Father. Father? I don't quite follow. So in a crisis like this, the thing you need more than anything else is fast, accurate communication. Indeed. Whether it's about the society throwing bears at people, or where good needs to be taken, if you can't communicate, you're up a creek. It's true. You're screwed. Meaning, they should be used to restore communication devices all over Liberl. Exactly. Is that about the size of it? So that's pretty much going to be our job for this chapter. Bingo! That is a good idea. For the military, not being able to use our guns or airships is dire. Not having communications between headquarters and our forces is even more serious, however. We should restore communications between Grancell Castle, the Haken Gate, and Leishton Fortress ASAP. That means as soon as possible for those of you down in Beaver City. The guild's in the same boat in a way. If the branches can't get in touch, it'll be hard to mount any response to anything that might happen. Sounds as if we're all in agreement, then. Well then, Captain Schwarz. I'll provide 10 zero-field generators to the Royal Army. That should give you enough to cover the Arcee, the capital, the Gate, Leishton, and all regional posts. You have my thanks, Professor. I'll order my men to distribute them immediately. And the remaining 6 go to the Bracer Guild. That should be enough to restore the phone in each guild branch. There you go. We'll get right on it. We'll see them safely there. What? You can get the phone working? Telephone style. That would be a great help. Please, set up that 0, whatever it was, right away. No problem. Tita, would you do the honors? Sure, give me just a second. Tita opened the lid to the phone and put the ZFG inside. Okay. What? Done. It's all set to go. That was kind of faster than I thought it'd be. All you really need to do is put it in the right spot inside the phone. Okay, now for the moment of truth. Tita flipped the switch on the phone. It worked! Ooh. You did it! Yay, I did it! Nice. Looks like it really does let orbital devices work. So next, I need to test to see if the phone will actually connect. I'll try calling Grandpa. He's on the RSA, which should have a working phone. Tita dialed in a phone number. Hopefully she doesn't call John. Hello. Ah, Grandpa. Yeah, it's me. I'm at the guild house in Boast right now. Yeah, it's okay. It works great. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay, I will. You do your best too, Grandpa. I think it's connecting okay. No kidding. Professor Russell saved us again, it seems. I'll have to drown Russell in beer and steak next time I see him. Uh-oh. Speaking of thanks, Russell seems to be on board the RSA still, but where did the princess and that churchman get off to? Yeah, where'd they go? They don't seem to be here. Oh, they both headed to Grand Cell at dawn with Captain Schwartz. Chloe said she wanted to talk to the Queen, and Kevin said something about the Archbishop, I think. I see. I imagine the Royal Army and the Church have their own crises to deal with right now. The good news is they agreed to deliver a zero-field generator to the Capital Guildhouse for us. Oh, that saves us the trouble of doing that, then. I would expect to get a call from Elnan at some point. Excellent. Coordinating with him will help. You lot are off to the remaining guild houses, I take it. That's the plan, Stan. Yep, that's the plan. I didn't know she was going to say that, but... you know. What I'd really like to deal with is that floating city, but... wouldn't we all? It seems like our society friends are already there, too. But we can't exactly get there, so... that's the problem. We can't lay a damn finger on them with our airships grounded. Heh, real heroic spot to be in, huh? There's little point in flogging ourselves over it. Right now we must focus on what can be done. Yeah. Yes, let's get to it. Please form your party. You may choose 2 other members aside from the mandatory members. So many members. It's just disgusting.
Right!
Right. I guess we'll go with Tita. And she's in the lowest level, 66. You know what she's talking about? Okay, obviously airship travel is right out for this, so we'll be walking. We sure will. Where should we go first, Roland or Ruin? Neither choice is better than the other, really. All of the guild houses need working phones, so all we can do is pick a direction and go. Good point. Joshua has the right of it, I think. No matter where we go, people are likely to need our help regardless. I hope we can help all the people in trouble. Yeah, okay then. During the shutdown phenomenon, only characters equipped with a zero-field generator can use Orbital Arts. Equip a character in the accessory slot to use it. Of course, every place you go, you're going to have to give up one, so the further you get in the chapter, the less you're going to have to use. Furthermore, as Tita uses an orbital cannon, she cannot act in any way other than movement, or her gunpowder-powered cannon, Impulse S-Craft, without a generator. Yeah, so that's the problem with using Tita. So you pretty much want to put one on her. At the very least. Tempest Cannon, there's an attack boost for ya. Misty Veil. Star Rabbits. Da-da-da-da-da. So we'll put one on her for now. An Orbital Shutdown Phenomenon Canceller made by Professor Russell can be worn on the wrist. Because otherwise she literally can't do anything but her S-Craft. That wouldn't be good. That wouldn't even be a little good. Action 4. Attack 2? You can do better than that. Attack 4. Okay, good times. Alrighty then. So yeah, again, this is the last chance. You'll kind of have an open situations to do all the stuff you want to do. So you want to make sure you do everything you can do before visiting all the guild houses. We got 2 new quests. Crone Pass Monster. Racer Guild 7500 Mira, difficulty medium. A dangerous monster, Red Fang, has been sighted on the Crone Trail. Has extremely strong direct attacks. Check armor thoroughly. And new Ansel Path monster. Yeah, a lot of the quests are, of course, going to be monster exterminations. Racer Guild 7000 Mira, difficulty medium. Reports indicate the archaism Doom has appeared on the new Ansel Path. Items of note, details unknown. Reports suggest long-range combat abilities. Good times. I'll leave distributing Russell's generators to you. Remember, 1 each to the Roland, Ruin, and Zeiss branches. Be careful, you lot. Also, we got that one thing from advancing rank. What was it? Gladiator belt. Which is even better than headband. A motivating belt CP automatically recovers during battle. That's very nice. So you definitely want to put that on. Now we can give you the gladiator headband. There you go, sir. We good to go, man. We are so good to go. Yo, what's up? Nothing really special going on here. Keep up the good work, ladies and gentlemen. So aside from doing our rounds, we want to take care of those monster requesticles. Ba 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 ba. Also, you can get some good stuff by going up to the top of the towers. So that's a thing. Mayor Maybell has been running herself ragged trying to address every little thing with the town. Yet she still somehow manages to keep popping her head back here between meetings. Make sure things are running smoothly. I tell her time and time again not to worry about the restaurant, but she won't bear a word of it, of course. She's so much like her father in that respect, always pushing herself too hard for her own good. Pretty much. Oh, there's not as many people here now. I thought it was just my orbits that were broken. Kind of like when Mitch played Broken instead of the comedy music. One look around the city, however, and it was plain to see the problem extended far beyond myself. Whatever shall we do? We were in the restaurant when the riots erupted in the city. A lot of people were gathered in front of the guild, and they spent all night yelling at each other. That's too bad. Too bad, so sad, man. The restaurant was pitch black, too, so I couldn't tell what was going on at all. You wouldn't believe how scared I was. That's a sh... Such a sh... Such a sh... All the commotion was terrifying. If not for Mayor Maybell, we would have had riots on our hands. Times like these when people need to be at their best and work together. Not behave like that. Hope to never see such shameful behavior ever again. Good luck with that. People are generally very shameful. That's a fact, Jack. Oh, hello. Seems like the world's in a rough spot, but my business is going quite well. While the major suppliers are having trouble distributing, I'll be taking this opportunity to expand my markets. Oh. You need anything from you, sir? Not really. Not particularly. Working without Orbital cooking tools is no big deal. You aren't a real chef if you need some fancy equipment to whip up a decent meal. You tell 'em. I was in the wine cellar when the orbits all stopped. Well, I just hiccuped. Thanks to that, I ended up having to find my way out by hand in total darkness. I was covered head to toe in dust by the time I got out. What awful timing. The Orbital stove's not working. The head chef's waving it off like it's no big deal, but to me, it's a huge, huge deal. Gotta learn how to work an old-fashioned stove and fast. What you get, man? What you get for relying on technology. The fact. I'm looking for a good part-time position, but seems like this really isn't the time for it. Last night was scary. People were yelling at each other late into the night, and I think someone touched my butt. This is when we need to come together, too. Bum, 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 bum. I've come for the first time in a while to offer prayers to the goddess. Somehow my feet just didn't lead me to the market. I can't find it in me to enjoy shopping at a time like this. That's too bad. To think simply having orbits fail could cause so much chaos. As we who possess faith in the goddess, we should be ashamed. Yes, we should. So ashamed. Public shaming. To rely on something like orbits so heavily is a sign of great weakness. Faith in the goddess should be more than enough. I hope that people take this as an epiphany of sorts and come to their senses. Good luck with that. People just don't learn. No, indeed. It was quite the terrible time last night. The troubled citizens burst into the guild and mayor's house alike and spent the entire night making quite the fuss. Mayor Maybell's powers of persuasion thankfully averted further turmoil, but I've come to realize anew the immense effect orbits have had on our lives. Bible style. Ruh-roh. What's going on here? Huh? What's going on? Why are all these people looking up at... I see. So that's it. Ah! They're looking up at the floating city. The floating city. It's so huge. What? It's overwhelming seeing it from down here. It is easy to see why the citizenry is so terrified. It falls to us to do what we can to alleviate their fears. Yeah. Yes, let's hurry. Indeed. From here you can clearly see that island, floating in the sky. The moment it appeared, the lights all across the city went out. Just as we were recovering from the dragon's assault, too. What will happen to our boats, I wonder? Just one thing after another. I mean, what is that? And why have all the orbits stopped working? What's going on? I don't understand. That huge thing in the sky is so scary. Was the dragon just the start of things? This is kind of crazy. What should I do? I don't know, man. You could always start a streaming channel. That's always a viable option. Oh, bracer friends. At the moment, we and Bose are facing a terrible danger. Please, give any aid you can to Mayor Maybell and our city. I shall. I certainly shall. Right, Sarah? Right, Sarah Key? That riot last night was terrifying. So many people storming into the mansion. They all looked and sounded so furious, as though they were going to tear the place down. Ah, but Mayor Maybell is truly amazing. Calming a mob as she did. Indeed. She knows what's going on. Alright. We should look at the thingamajiggers. Do, do, do. What the fudge cakes? Do, 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 do. Facility infiltration. The information Kurt provided us with revealed the location of the Society's base. Also worried about analysts and everyone else who's been captured. We can't afford to sit around. We picked a small team of 4 and infiltrated their base. Through the fog, we arrived at the Society's research facility. We need to be on guard at all times. Let's move carefully. No sign of anyone yet. Anyway, let's check everything out. Grant was being controlled by the enemy. Worried about analysts and Karna. Let's keep moving. Got a red car key. Freed Karna, who was being controlled. Got a green card key. Freed analysts. Everyone's been rescued. Analyst says she saw Joshua. There's a port for airships on the roof, so he might have gone there. Got a blue card key. Facility infiltration deuce. I was caught in the back of the facility and taken to the Society's airship, the Glorious. With the professor and Ren and everyone gone, this is my perfect chance to escape. I have to get out of here no matter what. I managed to leave my room. I've got to find an escape route. I got blocked by a wall. I beat back Gilbert's band of Jaegers, or so I thought. Suddenly Joshua showed up to rescue me and took down the Jaegers. We'll escape together. He secured a ship for our escape in the hangar. We should head downstairs. Let's take the farthest ship. Escape together with Joshua. Tetrasilic Towers. Something strange is happening at the Tetrasilic Towers. Apparently the top of each tower is engulfed in a mysterious darkness. There's also an enforcer awaiting us at each tower. To investigate and resolve the changes in the towers, the Arcee will be stopping at them in each region. The Phantom Thief Blue Blanc has appeared at Esmelis Tower. First stop is Esmelis Tower. If we need to tune our orbments or make new cores, we should head to this shipboard factory. When we're ready, let's use the lift in the cargo bay. The black light is faded, and Esmelis Tower is back to normal. Walter the Direwolf is at Carnelia Tower. Next stop, Carnelia Tower. Just like Esmelis Tower, the Carnelia Tower is back to normal. Luciola the Bewitching Belle is at Saffril Tower. Next up, Saffril Tower. Saffril Tower is back to normal. Last is Amberl Tower. Ren the Angel of Slaughter is there. Amberl Tower is back to normal. All towers are back to normal, but the Oriole appeared in the sky. Trails in the sky, even. Distribution of the ZFGs. For Restore Communications, we'll be delivering the Professor's new device, the Zero Field Generator, to each branch of the Guild. You're damn right we are.